Hello and welcome back to the Technomancer. Let's
Hi,
talk
Zach.
to our
How are
companions a bit more.
Hello, Amelia. I'm fine, thanks.
What about your tastes?
Besides your rovers, what else makes you happy here, Amelia?
Nature. Not the bugs or animals and stuff, but the landscapes, you know? Sunsets, mountains scraping the sky, red water trickling down the hills in the spring, gray lichen floating in the morning breeze. Back in Ophir, I used to take the rover out before sunrise just to take it all in. Always managed to put things in perspective, you know? How small we all are.
Yeah, I get that.
Amelia the poet philosopher. Who'd have thought it?
Why you gotta be a smartass?
Aha, I'm not. Just never saw that side of you. The passion. Makes me want to take a rover out before dawn tomorrow.
Well, let's go together. I've always wanted to share it with someone.
Yeah, should we hit this button, do we think? Or, yeah, screw
Are
it.
you seeing anyone at the moment?
Yeah.
What, you mean a boyfriend? No, not right now. You applying for the position?
I mean,
Look at your face! You can't even come up with something to say. Listen, you don't look half bad, soldier. Won't take too much for me to cuddle up with you at night.
Well, okay, that's... Yep. That was unsubtle flirting. And now, let us unsubtly flirt with the other woman in the room. Because that's not awkward at all.
Zach, perfect timing. You remember Abby Goodman, friend of mine you helped before?
Yeah.
yeah, of course. She really your friend, or all just part of the cover you had going on?
No, no, she is. She's a spy for Noctis too, though. She's actually been working on something for me and finally managed to get some info I'd been trying to get.
Okay.
What information was that?
I spent a part of my life in a rehabilitation camp after my arrest in Ophir. It was the worst time of my existence, and I've always wondered how I'd ended up here. Who had turned us in? We were just a group of street kids. We would steal food here and there, but we weren't dangerous. However, we were arrested and deported to a camp like hardened
someone
criminals
wanted
or
rid of you.
terrorists. What happened followed me for many years, until I learned that an important member of the Vori clique was responsible for the deportation of dozens of people. Most of them were innocent, but a nuisance for the mob.
Ah,
I
on
wanna
somebody's
find
payroll
that
line.
guy. I want to know if it's he who got us deported. I want to understand why and make him pay. For me and my companions. of
Revenge
course,
quest,
but
gotcha.
also for those poor people who hadn't asked for anything.
I understand. That man seems to be a real scumbag. I'll help you find him.
Thank you, Zach.
Meanwhile, let us ask her some personal questions. How's her taste in music?
You miss making music?
I miss performing. I mean, I still sing for myself here and there, write new lyrics when I feel inspired. But the moments I shared with my audience, it was so intense when I felt everyone humming with me.
How about you sing for me?
Maybe another time. But I'd love to. There's something intimate in sharing your art, like sharing your soul. It's why I feel like music can unite people across corporations, on opposite sides of wars or causes. It's simply beautiful. And in
It's
between
just
the
me with
notes,
those goggles quite
our
sinister.
differences seem to disappear. The second all this ends, I'll get back to it. It's what I was born for, and I'm not one to deny destiny.
Fair enough. So, how did you become a spy
How did you go
exactly?
from being an artist in Ophir to a spy in Noctis?
Less of a stretch than you think. After all, a good lie, like good art, has to be close to your reality, right? Truth? I was an orphan. Parents did die, and I was on the street and got sucked into a gang. We all got arrested pretty quick and ended up in a rehab camp. Swore I'd die there, a couple of times because I wasn't gonna let them brainwash me. And they didn't take too kindly to that. I took the beatings, but got to keep my mind. Then, the day came. Noctis attacked. They freed a lot of us and brought me here, took care of us, gave us a chance to have lives again. So, I felt like I owed them something in return, and offered to go back to Ophir as a spy. Good thing, too. Otherwise, who would have torn you out of Victor's grip and brought you back here?
Now that's a good question. Your friendly reputation gives you a talent bonus. Excellent. Do I want to risk... Oh, screw it.
You always been alone? Or never had anyone you cared about?
You mean guys? Why? You the jealous type, Zach? Afraid of some competition? Scared you won't measure up? There was one guy, Nick. I was only 10, but I was head over heels for him. He died in the rehab camp after we were all deported around the same time, though. Other than him, couple flings here and there, but nothing much more serious than that. You asking because you heard the rumors in Ophir that I'd sleep with anyone wearing a medal?
No, I was just...
I did what I had to do, Zach. To do my job. Never cared about those guys. That's the truth.
Fair enough.
You just did what you had to do.
Okay, excellent. So what was that bonus we got? No, that's key to the underworks. We're getting a bonus point in traps and lockpick. Hey, we finally lockpick stuff. That'll be handy. Next point needs to go to either science or... Yeah, probably crafting. Because crafting very useful. Alrighty then, let's head out of here and go make a start on that laundry list of quests we've got. Okay. Help our Technomancer brothers escape Ophir. So, equip your team with abundance officers' uniforms. Have the rover brought to Noctis. Enter the chapel. Okay. Meanwhile, we've also got... Still don't want to do that. Assuming I can go back there and do that. Kill the Storm Locust. Enter the warehouse. I'm going to start there, so follow that quest. Don't know what follow that quest does, but...
When will I ever get my
I'm assuming it basically just points you in the direction of the correct quest. Somebody up there wants to talk to us. Okay, so the exit is this way. Aha! Some sort of sand skimmery looking thing. Okay, so Noctis. Fear. Okay, I want to head for the Vori warehouse in Ophir. And we get into the underworks, doing interesting. You're a Technomancer. Technomancer provides you with destructive powers, arcs, fists, weapons. And remember, the electric hand buzzer of stealthiness. I'm assuming there's probably something in the rogue tree that improves the damage of that. Or maybe it's if you boost your agility, you get a bonus point to the amount of damage you cause through it, or something like that. I'll have to have a look. But since I'm primarily playing warrior, so that's... Well, I'm primarily playing flat Technomancer, but with...
Okay. It's fucking bullshit. You just ran out here after leaving Ophir in a complete clusterfuck. And you stole my rover, my baby. Then you want to make nice,
Yeah, no
so I'll help
squad.
you save the friends that
Yeah, no
you
offense, I'm not...
left behind?
No offense to you,
They're
dude,
there because
but
of
you've
you.
only got one arm. I'm not
They're
bringing you
not
with
just
me.
friends. You said it yourself. I want to save them because I left them there. Plus, there's more to it, Amelia. I gave them my word, and I can't just...
Hey there, you from Noctis? Don't seem like a merchant.
Yes and no. Here on a private matter. You by any chance know the underworks?
Well enough. Even here, there's rules that forbid us to go to certain parts of the city, but in these tunnels, they become little more than technicalities.
I'm looking to get to the Technomancer's chapel. There's an entrance in the crypt, but I don't know how to get there.
Well, I can show you the tunnels under the source. Once upon a time, I used to smuggle merchandise through there. Remember hearing about some magical gate down there, too?
Is that the one that needs 2 Technomancers to
the
open?
kind of gate only your kind can open? Yeah, I've run into a few of those along my travels. I'll show you on a map.
Much appreciated.
Be careful, Mr. Technomancer. The tunnels have always been guarded. Now it's probably even worse. Word is that the ASC's forced its way into the chapel's main entrance.
I'm gonna need another Technomancer
Marvelous.
to help me open this gate, or find another way in. I'm sure it won't be easy, but thanks for the help. It's gonna do a lot of good. Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay, don't follow that quest, don't follow that quest. Might as well follow that. And, okay, all those will be visible on ye map anyway, so... Storm Locust is up there. And that one we need to head up there for. That one we need to head up there for. Okay. Well, let's start with the Storm Locust since it's pretty easy to get to. Ah, we're underneath it, okay. So we'll need to go up and around this way. So I just want to quickly go into my... So... I want you to favour ranged attacks. And I want you to go defensive. Having someone who's a little turtly always makes sense to me, and I'm just gonna refresh my shield while I'm out of combat, because why not? Put my weapon away. Use the key. Okay, we have critters. Lock him. Okay, watch out for that guy. Target this guy. Okay, that's 1 down. Good, 2 down. Very interesting mutation that allows, you know, a critter to do that, I've got to say. Skin it. Pick the lock. Yay for lock-picking skills. So I definitely need to keep her on my good side, so I can keep picking these locks. Open that. Open that. It actually kind of helps that the underworks are overrun with these critters, because of course that should reduce the amount of guards we'll have to fight. And I'm not allowed to skin guards for their leather. Because that would be, you know, wrong, apparently. Ah, mole rats, lovely. Keep me covered for a second. Laying down a field. Get clear. Aha! Good strike. It's always nice when you get that crit, especially if it's on something like an area swing. Whew. clean fight. Aha, good quality leather. Lovely. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay. Strike hard, strike fast. Get a critical strike on the spin. Good hit. So yeah, my staff damage has gone up a hell of a lot ever since, you know, I upgraded my, you know, I got a new, much more powerful staff, which you would kind of expect. Oh boy. Health injection. Thank you. Yeah, I figured I was probably going to be all right, but.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Critter, aha. Give the storm locust glance, okay. It's fine. So now we need to head up to the slums to head for the Vori warehouse. Oh, yes. Level up. So, anything else I want here? That's a useful one, but it's a couple of points away. I think I'm going to get the version of that shoots out 3 arcs. Because I've been thinking about upgrading that for a while, so I might as well use the point. And there's also a point there. So what do we think? Technomancer rank 3. But I think I'm going to get the next point in strength. Just because I want to be able to equip, you know, high level staves if possible. If and when I have the opportunity. Which, no, in this game I'm not going to have for a while, but what the hey. This game seems to be very generous in terms of the amount of levels that it gives you, relative to how fast the quality of your gear goes up. Fluid. Down it goes. Yeah, having a third hit on that's definitely useful. What the hell is that thing? Well, they explode and leave behind what looks an awful lot like noxious gas clouds, so let's be careful of them. Yep, thought so. Yep, throwing out long-range lightning bolts at those things, definitely in my best interest, but either way. I'm not getting any XP for killing them, so I'm just going to ignore them. Okay, heading into the slums is probably risky. But we need to do this job for us. Let's face it, companion quests are one of the few things I will never ever turn down doing. Now, as far as there are side quests, I will just ignore, but you know, anything for a lady, especially if she's still got the boots. You can't see the massive cheesy grin on my face, but I promise it's there. It's also nice to be able to change the equipment of your companions, because you certainly couldn't do that in Mars Warlogs. I don't think you could do it in Bound by Flame. I don't remember being able to do it in Bound by Flame, anyway. Ah, dear. Yeah, if they could trim down the loading times, that'd be nice. I appreciate trimming down loading times is actually quite difficult, because that's, you know, very much hardware dependent, but... Okay, where have we got to get? Oh, Flaming Marvelous, it's all the way over there. I hope you appreciate how many people we're probably going to have to beat unconscious in order to get to this warehouse. Ah, that was nice. Okay, let's go stealthy. Might as well avoid combat if possible, and yeah, not possible at the moment. Hey, didn't actually expect that to stun him. Rally up. Now, mate, if you're gonna shoot at me, expect me to attack right the hell back. Would you guys stop interrupting me before I... Actually, don't stop interrupting me before I finish the attack string, because it means it doesn't use up fluid. Banded soldier's uniform, so we have one. Two. We have three. So I'm just going to go to you. Plus one to crafting, which doesn't really help. Light banded soldier's uniform. Okay, you can equip that. I think Nisha's already wearing one of those. Yeah, she is. Equip your team with an abundance officer's uniform. Okay. So we'll need to acquire that one of them, which probably means beating more people around the head.
Good day.
She hasn't noticed that I'm on the wrong team. Probably ought to pick that up while we're here. Take 3 in case we need all 3. And swap to sail. Sell my exploding traps because I haven't used them at all. I'm hanging on to that because I kind of want to use it. And might as well hang on to that in case I need to do any crafty type stuff. Jeffrey's helmet, which is actually quite a good helmet actually from a defense point of view. Soldier's uniform, pants. So yeah, nothing useful there. Again, go into our... Yeah, which is not quite as good, but is pretty decent. So yeah, I'm not going to equip one on my main character until...
You need to be mindful of what you're doing.
Okay, if these guys aren't actually going to attack us, I'm just going to ignore them.
Traitor, get him!
Now, you guys actually are going to attack. Hit him while he's down. I'll freely admit, the powers are really starting to come into their own at this point. Because I've got enough fluid that I can be throwing around electrical arcs quite a lot, while also having my passives up, which is good. Obviously. Yeah, you get the impression that technically, the old knife and gun combo isn't one that isn't one that's formally taught, but it's one that a lot of them seem to be aware of. All right, in we go.
Why the fuck are we here? This is Bori territory.
Yep.
I have a few questions I need answering.
Absolutely wonderful. Questions! Why don't you just send him a fucking survey instead? Oh, I know that look. You're gonna force some answers out of people. What the hell is wrong with you?
The same thing as many others. This man made us experience hell.
Yeah, let's be a little sneaky. Hello, gentlemen.
Who are you? What the fuck are you doing here? This is private property, and you have no business here.
Actually, this is a place I've already
We don't give a damn
been.
about your warehouse. What we want are answers, and like it or not, you're gonna talk.
Yep, you could have been a bit more subtle about that. Then we might not have had to beat these guys up. Could have tried talking to them, possibly. I don't know. I've heard about this thing called diplomacy. Maybe worth giving that a go. Oh, who am I kidding? It was always going to come down to this. Dodge it, you useless sod. Gotcha.
That's it. I'll tell you what you want to know.
Very well. You're the one who used to turn in people who were an obstacle to the ASC, right? The one who was sending innocents to rehabilitation camps?
No, look, it's way more complicated than that. Yeah, sure, I was in charge of making up evidence back when proof was needed to frame some of them. But with the ASC out there headhunting, now all you gotta do is send an anonymous letter to get someone deported.
Well, that's just depressing.
Most of the time, it wasn't I who was in charge of deciding who had to leave. We would get together and present those who might threaten us. It wasn't a single man's decision. Anton wasn't our chief yet.
Not most of the time, but it happened. You sent a bunch of street kids straight to a camp, and I don't see what threat they represented, so? Why? Personal vengeance? What the hell did they do to you?
Nothing, but a girl from that gang came to see me. She told me that another kid had overheard us, and she wanted to turn us in. It was believable. And since that snot-nosed kid could have talked about it with his gang, I turned in the whole group.
Jesus
You're
Christ.
lying. It doesn't make sense. None of us would have turned in someone in the group.
I know what I'm talking about. Why would I lie to you? The kid, I
That'll be the next stage then. Find
You
Gloria.
lied. Gloria would have never done anything like that, you son of a... You're gonna die, scumbag.
Nope.
Nisha, I understand your anger, but killing him won't give you back your years spent in a camp.
Do not kill
Come
people
on,
unless you
leave him
have to.
alone. Let's go.
That guy's a monster, Zach. He used the most sinister characters of our corporations and manipulated them to get rid of poor innocent people. But you're right. This won't give me back what he took from me, nor what he took from others. I'll follow you.
Good choice.
That Gloria woman sounds like a real bitch. But, judging by the look on your face, I take it she was a little more special than just that.
Shut the hell up, Amelia.
Sure. Okay.
How are they going to attack me if I nick their stuff? No. Good. Level 3 lockpicking required. Don't mind me, just searching the body of your unconscious friend here. Okay, so... Look at the old quest log. Okay, so that's done. So that we need to head back for. Head back to the arena, see if they want us. Right, so now we need to head to the chapel. But that's a good point to end this part, I think. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.